PewDiePie just dropped his free open source AI workspace for your computer, and it looks and it feels like Claude or even ChatGPT. We'll pair it with Ollama that runs the AI model on your hardware. Odysseus runs everything that you see and touch. Your chats, your research, your documents, your notes. You can load almost any open model out there. For anyone using the basics of ChatGPT or Claude, you can now do that for free. And the best part about all of this is that you are not renting it. There's no subscription involved. You are not signing into anybody's cloud. And the things that you actually type in, it stays on your machine. And in today's video, we'll set up Odysseus AI. We are going to test its features and we are going to see if it's actually worth trying. And super quick, if you get stuck anywhere, then our free to join school community has every command and troubleshooting steps right there waiting for you. The link is down in the description below. Go and check it out. And now, let's check out Odysseus. Now, the first thing that we need to do is we need to open up our terminal, and I know that word makes some people so nervous, so let me just kill that right now. Terminal is just a text box where you type in instructions to your Mac or your PC, and that's basically it. You are talking to your computer in a slightly different way. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to install Homebrew. And if you've never heard of it, just think of it as the App Store, but for command line tools. It makes installing everything else is so much more simple. Now head over to brew.sh and then grab the install command. And then you're going to paste it into terminal and then you're going to hit return. And it'll take just like a couple of minutes and then it's going to ask for your password along the way. And now, once Homebrew is done, all you have to do is just run the command on the screen and then it installs Git, Python, and tmux all in just one shot. Now just a quick note, I'm not going to be saying all of the commands out loud in the video because you actually don't need to type all of this in from scratch. All of the commands are down in the free school community. All you have to do is just go over there, copy and paste them, and then you can just follow along with the video. Okay? Remember, link is down in the description. Now, quick breakdown so that you know what you've installed. Git is what we'll use to download Odysseus. Python is what Odysseus actually runs on, and then tmux is basically a small helper that Odysseus uses for some of the background tasks. Now, when it finishes, you are good, okay? Just keep going. And now we're going to download Odysseus itself. And the way we do that is called cloning, which I know sounds pretty technical, but it just means that we are copying the entire project from the internet onto your computer. Then you're going to run the two lines that's on screen. And the first one copies the whole project onto your machine. And the second moves you into that new folder. And that part is extremely important because every command after this runs from inside it. Now, just take a second to let that sink in. PewDiePie's code, the interface, all of it is now sitting on your machine. And it was that easy to set everything up. Okay, so now I want you to stop because before you launch anything, there's one thing that you have to do first. And almost every tutorial about this has skipped it so far, which I mean to me is exactly why people end up in the comments just swearing the app is broken. And some people even saying that it just hangs forever and it never loads. Okay, so here's what's actually happening. The very first time Odysseus starts, it needs to download something called an embedding model. It's a small file that helps the AI understand and search text. Now, if your internet hiccups even slightly during the first launch, the download is then going to stall. And then the whole app just freezes mid-startup. Then your browser shows nothing and you just think that you broke something, when really it's just waiting on one file. Now, the fix is simple. All we have to do is download the file ourselves before we launch the app. The commands are on screen right now, so just run the first three to set up the environment, and then the last one to grab and cache the model, and that last one's basically a mouthful. So do yourself a favor, just go over to the free school community and then go and copy it over there and then you just paste it in, okay? It's going to save you a bunch of time when it comes to typing. Now you'll see a progress bar and then it prints cached, okay? And if your connection drops partway through, then it's pretty much no big deal. Just press the up arrow and then hit return and then it picks up right where it left off. Now that one step just saved you a ton of frustration. So just gonna say it right now, you're welcome. Now let's launch it. Okay, so you're gonna run the start script that's on screen right now, and then you'll see the terminal start moving. Now the lines of text scrolling by, there's checks passing, the database is setting up. Then it'll stop and it will ask you to create your admin account. It asks for a username, so just type 1 or hit return to keep the default, and then it's gonna ask for a password. And then okay, now another one, a heads up. When you type the password, nothing shows on screen. There's no dots, no stars, and that is pretty normal. That's how Terminal hides it. Just type it in and then hit return, and then write that username and that password down to make sure that you always have it, because you are going to need it every time you open the workspace. Now it prints setup complete, and then it starts the server. Now because we cached that model in step 3, it boots in a few seconds, and then it opens your browser automatically to localhost :7860. Then you're gonna log in with the account that you just made, and this is now the moment, okay? This is your AI workspace. It's running on your PC, and it's not a server in another country. It's not a subscription. It's now yours. And I mean, if you just look around for a second, you can see the navigation down the left, the chat window in the middle, and the model picker sitting at the bottom right. That's empty right now, but we are about to fix that. So right now, the workspace is up, but there's nothing behind it yet. There's no model to actually answer you. Now that's what Ollama is for. Go to ollama.com and then download the installer, and then you're gonna run it. It takes about a minute to finish, and then when it's done, you'll spot a small icon up in your menu bar at the top of the screen. And when the llama is there, then Ollama is up, and now it's ready to load models. Now, we pull our first model, the small M-135, and I want you to start with the smallest ones out there. Now, this is just to prove that the whole system works before we upgrade. And then we are going to run the command on screen. Now, that's a tiny model. It's about 90 megabytes, so it's going to download pretty fast. And when it finishes, you've got something for the workspace to talk to. Now, we introduce the two programs to each other. Ollama's running, Odysseus is running, but they don't know about each other yet. And here's how you connect them. Now, it's not buried in some settings menu, so that's at least one thing you don't have to worry about. It happens right in the chat. All you do is you click the chat box, and then you type the setup command on screen, and then Odysseus shows you your options. Now, for a local model like ours, it tells you to paste your endpoint address straight into the chat. So that's what we do. We drop in the address on screen, and we're going to drop that into the chat, and then we are going to hit enter, and that address just points to Ollama running on your computer. It looks like a web link, but it actually never leaves your machine. Now, here's the mistake that tips almost everyone the first time. If you paste that before you've pulled a model, Odysseus comes back with no Ollama models found. And people basically just panic after seeing that. They think something broke, but the fix is exactly what we already did in the last step. You have to pull a model first. Now, on our side, we did that, so we are fine. Just paste that address in, and this time it comes back with found one model, and then it drops you straight into a fresh chat with it selected. Now, if you ever need to switch to it manually, then that select model drop down at the bottom right is where every model that you've pulled shows up. Now, just type your first message and then watch. And that reply, it didn't travel anywhere. There's no API call, there's no round trip to OpenAI or Anthropic. Your machine generated every word of it right here, and it's offline. Now, that tiny model, small 135, was just to prove that the pipe works. It's honestly too small to be useful day to day, so let's grab something with some real range to it. So I personally go with Qwen 2.57B if your PC's got the memory for it. It's sharp, and it's released under the Apache 2.0 license, which means it's genuinely free to use for anything, including your work. Now, on a lighter machine, drop down to Qwen 2.5, 1.5B. It has the same license, it's a smaller footprint. It's still a big step up from where we started. And then basically just pull whichever one fits. The commands are on screen right now. And I mean, now let me just answer the question that I know you must be asking. Is this actually free? Well, the answer to that is yes. not a trial, not a free for now before we drop a price on it. This is free. There are open weight models with open licenses, so you download them once and then you run them as much as you want. There's no per message cost, no monthly bill. The only actual real cost is that bit of extra power that your machine draws while it's thinking. Now, once it finishes downloading, just go back to Odysseus and then open that select model dropdown at the bottom and then just pick the model that you just pulled. And that's it. No resetup, no reconfiguration, just pick it and then just go. Now, let me show you what you just built. Because once you see it all together, you realize how wild it is that this thing basically costs no money whatsoever. Now, first, the chat. It works like you'd expect. You type and then it responds. You have a conversation, except this one is private. Then you just run it with your Wi-Fi off and it still answers. Nobody else is reading it. No one is training on it. No one is keeping a copy on their servers. The only place it's saved is on your machine. And then there's deep research. You simply just give it a topic, and this is the one feature that does reach out to the web. It pulls in sources, it reads them, and it writes you up a report with citations. Now simply just write on something that you actually care about, and then watch it work through the whole thing and hand you something that you'd have spent an entire afternoon on yourself. Then there's also documents. You open a doc right inside Odysseus and the AI helps you as you write. It's basically like having a writing partner sitting right beside you, except you are the one that's driving everything. And then there's memory. Now this is the one that pays off over time, because it holds on to context. It stops feeling generic. So just tell it about a project once and it will still know that exact project next week. The more you work in it, the more it fits the way you actually think and operate. And here's the thing, apart from deep research, reaching out for sources, all of that ran right on your machine for free without handing your work to anyone. Now that's what you built today. And then there's tasks. This is where it starts doing things without you. You can set up scheduled prompts, research runs, or actions, and it just does them on its own. Have it run a research report on a topic every week. You set a trigger, a schedule, an event, a webhook, and then you just pick what it should do, and then it just runs in the background. It's kind of like giving your AI a to-do list and then having it actually follow through. Okay, so let me knock out the 3 issues that most people hit, and this is going to help your build go more smooth. If the app won't load or it just hangs, it's usually that embedding model from step 3 that's getting interrupted. So just rerun that cache command and then run the start script again, and then you're done. Now, if you see the command not found when you try an Ollama command, then it almost always just means that Ollama isn't installed or isn't running. So then simply just check for Llama in your menu bar. Now, no Llama, no model, just open Ollama first. And if you get a port already in use error, then something else is sitting on the port Odysseus wants. So the command that's appearing on screen right now, that clears it. And then simply just start it again. Now, I've dropped all of this down in the free school community. Go and check it out. And everything that we covered in today's video, all of it is down there, okay? So the link is down in the description below. Now, simply just take a step back and then look at what you've got. The model, the interface, and your chat history. All of it lives on just one machine. It's yours. There's no bill showing up every month. There's no company sitting in the middle, and nobody setting the rules about what you can ask the thing that you are running locally. And this is just the starting line. From here, you can pull bigger models as you get comfortable. You can set it up to run tasks for you automatically. You can wire it into your own tools and files and even your workflows. And if you want the full command list from today, plus the troubleshooting guide, and you want a place to ask some important questions, then the free school community is where you are going to want to be. The link is down in the description below. Go and check it out. There's a bunch of people that is currently there, all learning from each other, and you could join them. Okay, so now, if you made it till the end of this video, I'm pretty sure you had a lot of fun. So give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below, what do you think the future holds for Odysseus? Do you think it's going to change everything, or do you think it's going to burn out pretty soon? Let me know down in the comments down below, and also check out one of the videos popping up on the screen right now, because I guarantee you, you're going to learn something cool, and I will catch you on the next one.